Let's start with a math puzzle. How can a city choose to spend an extra $9,000 in a single day and somehow end up saving taxpayer money? To figure this out, we are going to look at the fire department in Virginia Beach. Solving this puzzle requires stepping away from traditional government spreadsheets and looking at a totally different way to value human behavior. Virginia Beach needs exactly 125 firefighters on duty every shift to keep the community safe. But on holidays or busy summer weekends, sickness and leave requests spike, creating sudden empty spots on the schedule. You cannot simply close a fire station because you are short-staffed. The city has to fill those spots immediately. This triggers a protocol known as a mandatory holdover. A firefighter who just finished a grueling 24-hour shift is ordered to stay at the station and work another full 24 hours. For the firefighter, this means severe physical exhaustion and missing time with their family. For the city, it means paying that worker time and a half overtime for the entire second shift. The current system waits for crises, punishes an already tired crew, and drains the annual budget. We can find a better way by looking at how rideshare apps handle similar problems. When demand is high and drivers are scarce, apps offer a temporary financial bonus. This small, well-timed reward encourages people to log on and work. The fire department can use a predictive app to do the same thing. By analyzing past attendance data, the software creates a heat map showing the days where staffing historically drops. Before those days arrive, the app sends an alert. It offers scheduled firefighters an hourly bonus, like an extra $3 an hour, if they agree to stay on the schedule. This is a strictly temporary bump for one specific shift. It does not change anyone's permanent yearly salary. The city stops paying massive penalties to force tired people to stay and starts investing a smaller amount to reward scheduled staff for showing up. This brings us back to our math puzzle. This diagram breaks down the upfront cost. If you give all 125 scheduled firefighters a $3 an hour bonus for a 24-hour shift, the city spends exactly $9,000. Adding a $9,000 expense to the ledger looks like a loss on paper, but we have to look at what happens if the city doesn't offer that bonus and the predictable wave of sick calls rolls in. Forcing just one senior firefighter to stay behind for 24 hours of mandatory overtime costs the city roughly $1,100. The real danger to the budget is the incredibly high cost of an empty seat on the fire truck. Now we can put the two numbers side by side. Here we see how the math balances out. We take our $9,000 proactive investment on one side, and we stack up the $1,100 mandatory overtime shifts on the other. If that bonus convinces just 8 people to come to work instead of using their leave, the investment completely pays for itself. If the bonus prevents 10, 15, or 20 people from calling out on Mother's Day, the math shifts heavily in the city's favor. Every prevented call-out past number 8 keeps thousands of taxpayer dollars inside the city's accounts. Treating the workforce like a flexible, dynamic system instead of a rigid spreadsheet stops predictable shortages from breaking the bank. Beyond the math, this changes the reality for the people doing the work. Firefighters get a choice and a financial reward for their reliability rather than an unexpected, exhausting order to work another day. The department stops reacting to emergencies on its own schedule and starts using data to get ahead of the problem. Spending $9,000 to save money actually works. It protects the city budget, keeps emergency crews fully staffed, and ensures first responders get to go home when their shift is done.